Hi viewers, so today we will be discussing some important commands from the modify menu. So we will discuss properties, erase, copy, mirror, offset. At the end we will also be discussing array, move, rotate and scale command. So before executing these commands, let us draw some objects. So in the last class we discussed how we can bring important icons in front of us, like the draw menu icons, modify menu icons, view icons, layers and others. So this time we will not be going into draw menu, we will be just clicking on the icons. Like for line we will click over here, click in the negative y direction, let us give it the value of 10, enter. Similarly in the positive x direction, let us give it the value of 15, enter, get out of the command, enter to execute the same previous command. Let us track and let us give it the value of 15 again. So here this object looks like an inverted F or mirrored F relative to a horizontal axis. Now let us draw a rectangle. So click on rectangle icon, click over here, write the value as 15, tab 25, enter. So now in the x direction 15, in the plus y direction 25 value, rectangle has been drawn. Now let us draw a circle. So click on the circle icon, move your cursor here, track this midpoint and the other midpoint as well. Here we got the intersection, click and now give the value of 5, enter. Let us draw a polygon, actually a pentagon. So click on the polygon icon, number of sides should be 5, enter. Let this be the center of the polygon because it is asking for the center of polygon previously. Now here let us select the inscribed inner circle, and now you can give the value of radius of the circle as 10, enter. Now let us go to modify, click on properties. Here no object has been selected, so let us select an object. Click on this icon, select objects. Now click on the object you want to get details of or you want to modify. So click on this pentagon. Now we can see one found here. We have to press enter to proceed further, and now it says the polygon is made of a polyline because with one click the whole polygon gets selected, which is the property of a polyline. Now we can change the color. These white color boxes shows that these options can be explored or can be changed. Now we can move it to another layer if there is a layer. We will discuss layers in the upcoming videos. We can change the line weight. If you want the line to be thin line, so we will select a lower value, and if you want the line to be a thick line, we will increase the value. We can know about certain details like the length means the parameter of the pentagon and the area which is enclosed by this polygon. It can also give us detail about whether the object that is selected is closed or not. That means that this polygon or pentagon is a closed object. Now in order to get out of the property command or property menu, we have to click on the close option. Now the next command we are going to look at is erase. So click on erase. It asks us to select object. Let us select this pentagon and this circle to be erased. So now it says 2 total. 2 objects have been selected. When we press enter, those objects are gone. They are erased or deleted. In order to bring the objects back, we have to press Ctrl and Z simultaneously, which is undo command right here. Now we can also erase the objects using E command. So E enter. Now erase command has been executed, asking for selecting objects. So let us select this rectangle and this horizontal line, 2 total. Press enter. Those objects are deleted. Ctrl Z to bring them back. We can also click on this icon, erase icon, click, and now we can click on the object we want to be erased and press enter. That object is gone. Control Z. Now we can also use delete button for erasing any object. So for that, let us select an object. So let us select this horizontal and this horizontal line and this pentagon as well. Now three objects are selected, and when we press delete, those objects are gone. And now to bring them back, click on this undo icon. So this is how we can delete or erase objects. The next command is copy command. So click on copy. Let's suppose we want to copy this rectangle. Click on the rectangle, one found, press enter. Now specify the base point. So let us consider this endpoint to be the base point. Click, and now that object is on the cursor. We can place the object wherever we want with a number of copies we want. So let us click over here, click over here, click over here, click over here. And now to get out of the command, we have to press enter or escape. So let us press enter. We are out of the command now. We can also utilize the short form as CO enter, and now we can see that the copy command has been executed and we can perform the copy operation. Escape. This icon is also for copy operation. So when we click over here, we can see that copy command has been executed. Now let us consider this pentagon to be copied. Press enter. Specify base point. Let us consider this vertex to be the base point. And now we can place the pentagon wherever we want with as many copies we want. To get out of the command, press enter. Now the next command we are going to look at is mirror. So before executing that command, let us delete these objects. So we have selected them with the help of green box, and now we'll press delete and those objects are gone. Now for mirror, now let us consider mirroring these three objects, right? So in the modify command, we can either select the objects before executing the modify commands or after executing the modify command. So up till now we have executed the command first and then selected the object and pressed enter. Now this time let us mirror these objects, and for that we have selected these objects, and let us go to mirror option or mirror command. Now it doesn't ask us to specify the objects because those are already selected. Here we can see the dots. The next thing it wants us to specify is first point of the mirror line. So let us consider this to be the first line, and now we can visualize how the mirror object will look like. So if we click in the horizontal direction, it asks us to either erase source object or not. So by default not is considered, so we can also write and enter, and now we can see that the previous object has been mirrored. Now we can also execute the mirror command from this icon. Third one is mirror command, and for that let us consider drawing some objects. Like from line command, let us draw this object and let us draw enter. Now let us mirror these objects with this line as mirror axis. So click on the mirror option, select these objects, enter, specify first point of the mirror line. Let this be the mirror line first point. Click anywhere else on this line, erase source object, no, enter. And now we can see that this previous object which was selected has been mirrored on this side. We can also mirror the same object around another axis. Let us press this mirror icon now. Let us consider this line to be mirror axis and this line as well. So erase source object, no, enter. And now we can see that this object has been mirrored across another axis, right? So this is how mirror works. In modify command, we can either select object before executing the command or after it asks us to select objects. The next command is offset. So let us click on the offset command. Now first we have to specify the distance, the offset distance. Let us consider this to be 10, enter. And now we can select multiple objects and click on the side where we want the offset to be drawn. So now let us click on this line, click on the right side, click on the same line and click on the left side. Click on the rectangle, click outside. Click on the pentagon, click outside. Click on the polyline, click below. Right, so this is how we can proceed with offset. Now press enter to get out of the command. Now we can also use this icon, which is the offset icon. So we can click on the offset icon and then execute the offset command. The previous distance is already set, just 10. Let us change that to be 5, enter. And now if we click on the pentagon and click inside, we can see another pentagon has been formed. If we click on the inner pentagon and click inside again, no pentagon can be generated because the distance is not enough to generate this pentagon on the inner side. Although we can click on the previous polygon and click outside, click on the pentagon again, click outside, click on the pentagon again and click outside. So this is how offset command works. Now let us discuss the shortcut keys for these commands. So for erase, we discussed that E is the shortcut key, right? So here E enter, and now it says erase has been executed. For copy, we discussed that CO enter is the command for copying objects, and we will do the same procedure like select object, specify base point, move to any suitable place and click to place the object there. For mirror, the short form is MI enter, and now we can see that the mirror command has been executed. Similarly, for offset, we will just write O enter. So now it asks us to specify offset distance. Let it be 2, enter. Now click on the inner pentagon and click inside, and we can see that now, because the distance is lower now, there is enough space to draw another object. But when we click again inside, no object can be drawn. So this was short form for offset command. Now the next command we are going to look at is array. If we click on the array, there are two options. One is rectangular array, which is arrangement in the x and y axis, like in the form of rows and columns. And in the polar array form, they are arranged in a circular pattern. So we can specify the number of items. We can also specify whether the objects to be rotated or not. We can preview it, how the items will look like. Rectangular array, we can change the number of rows and columns. Let it be 4, 4. Now we can see that there are 4 rows and 4 columns. Before executing the array command, we have to select objects. So let us click on this icon and let us click on this circle. Let us draw another object. So click on the circle. Let this be the circle we want to array or arrange. Click on modify. Click on array. Click on rectangular array. Select objects. Click on the circle. Press enter because one found. You have to press enter in order to proceed further. Now the number of rows we want is 4. The number of columns is 4 already. Let us select this offset distance. Let it be 30 and 30. Let's preview it. So click on preview. This is how the object will look like. The distance is quite large, so we have to decrease that. So click on modify. Let's click on 20 and 20. Click on preview. Now this looks okay. If this is acceptable, then click on accept. If we click on the top view, we can visualize, we can zoom in or zoom out. And now we can see that the circle has been arranged in the form of rows and columns. There are 4 rows and there are 4 columns. So in total 16 items are there. Now the next option in the array is polar array. So let us move this circle to this place. Press escape. Now we would want to arrange this circle. In a polar fashion or circular manner. So now click on modify, click on array, click on polar array, select object. So select the circle, one found, press enter. Now select the center. We want, for example, this to be the center at a distance of 50. So 50, enter. Now the number of items, for example 8. angle, let the angle be 360 here. Click on preview, and now we can see that 8 circles can be arranged in a circular pattern. If this is acceptable, then click on accept. If you want to modify the distance or the number of items, you can click on modify. So right now let's click on accept. Now for array, the short form is AR enter, and now you can see that the array window is in front of us. So now we can arrange objects in a rectangular fashion or in the form of circular manner by selecting the object, selecting the center point or number of rows and columns in case of rectangular array, and number of items as well. We can preview the arrangements, and if that is acceptable, we will click on the accept, and then that object will be arranged in the manner we want. Now this icon here, this is for array as well. When we click over here, we can see that the array window opens up. The next command we are going to look at is move. So when we click on move, let's suppose this is the circle we want to move. One found, press enter, specify base point, let the center point of that circle be the base point, and now we can see that we can place that object wherever we want. So this is the move command. We can click on this move icon here, and again we can see that the move command has been executed and the procedure is the same. So we have to click an object, we have to press enter, specify base point, move that object, and now move command has been executed. For move, the short form is M enter. Here we can see that move command has been executed. The procedure is the same. Escape. Now the next command is rotate. So for rotate, so in order to execute rotate, let us draw some object like pentagon. Enter, click, inscribed. Let this be the pentagon. Now you want to rotate this pentagon, so click on modify, click on rotate, select the pentagon, press enter, select base point, so let this corner be the base point, and now it asks us to specify the angle. Now if we give it the angle of, for example, 45, enter, so that object which was selected, it gets rotated. Now if you want the object to be copy rotated, and by that I mean the selected object should remain at the same place and a copy of it should be rotated, for that we have to use the copy rotate command, and that copy option is inside the rotate command. So let's go to modify, click on rotate, click on the object, press enter, let the same point be the base point, and now we would want to copy rotate. So here this copy option is there, so which starts from capital C. So we will write C, enter, and now we will write 45. Instead of 45, we can give it the value of minus 45, enter, and now we can see that the pentagon has been copy rotated. So the original one remained at its place and a copy of it was rotated. Right. So for rotate, the short form is RO enter. So let us press RO enter, and now we can see that we have to select object, enter, base point, let this be the base point, and let the angle be minus 45. So we are not copy rotating. Press enter, and now we can see that the object has been rotated. Now we can use this icon as well, which is for rotate. So if we click over here, we can observe that we are in the rotate option. The last command we are going to look at is scale. So let us click on scale, select objects. So let us click on this circle, one found, press enter, and now specify the base point, let the center be the base point, and now scale factor. So let the size be increased to twice of the previous size. So we have to write 2, enter, and now we can see that the object height has increased. Now if we want to decrease the size, we have to give the value between 0 and 1. So now let's go to this icon which is for scaling. So click on this icon, select object, let us click on this pentagon, one found, press enter. Base point, let this endpoint be the base point, and now we have to give the value. Now let the value be 0.5, so 0.5, and now we can see that the size has been decreased. So in today's lecture we discussed some important modify commands. If you still have any questions in these commands, you can always let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching.